Hello, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris in our Roma Galactica series. So I have received a ton of comments over the past 24, 48 hours on one particular question in particular. Why don't you use the ship builder, Hadrian? You might notice I have it pulled up now. Why aren't you customizing your ships? Are you going to customize your ships? Tell us why you don't use this part of the game. I have a confession to make, and I might lose like 5,000 subscribers just for saying this, but I typically in Stellaris don't use the ship customizer because I have found in multiple playthroughs, both on I've done one YouTube playthrough prior to this, but I have found in multiple playthroughs on my own that the game does a pretty good job on its own, but at the same time, I hear you guys. So I wanted to go ahead and pull up the ship designer, and I'm going to go through what is currently set up on my ships. First of all, a lot of you have been saying add shields to your ships. I don't have shields yet, so can't do that. Chill out, patience. I would like to actually look at the Corvette and the Destroyer in particular, just so you can see what's on them, and then leave me some comments, give me some suggestions, and maybe in the coming episodes I can implement some of those suggestions and we can have a discussion, because I would love to learn about maybe some of the benefits of customizing the ships. I am not the biggest min-maxer on the planet. You guys who have been around the channel for a long time know my focus is on telling a story through the games, not necessarily getting lost in the nitty-gritty. I'm not saying that that's not fun and that I don't do it sometimes, but it's not my focus. So a lot of times you're going to see me not customizing my ships for that reason. But at the same time, if maybe I thought I'd heard about it so much, maybe talking to you guys about it might help me know more about the game and have more fun, and help you have more fun watching it as well. So let's take a look at the Corvette really quick. First of all, again, I don't have shields, so we just have a couple of pieces of medium nanocomposite armor. We have one empty slot where I could put additional armor, but now it's saying I can't. So, oh yeah, because it's not that slot type. So this needs to be, I don't remember what A stands for, but evidently we don't have anything that could fit into that slot right now. So we'll know when there's an actual option that has A on the side. But so we've got a complete weapons complement at the moment. These are our best coil guns, and I think we're researching level 3 coil guns right now, maybe, right? No, we're actually researching cruisers. Of course we are. So hang on, let's pull the ship designer back up. I'm trying to memorize my hotkeys so I don't have to click around the interface as much. And then we have a standard hyperdrive, basic combat computer, ion thrusters, and gravitic sensors. Now the game will upgrade these as new items become available. This is one of the areas where I worry least about my ships being auto-upgraded. And then it's just a matter of what goes down here. We have some small fusion reactors to give energy capacity, which enables us to have the systems we want. And then we have 2 medium nanocomposite armors. Now let's take a look at our destroyer. We have, looks like a large coil gun on the, where is that? It's right there. Big old coil gun on the front of the ship, and then a couple of smaller interceptor coil guns. So this is the interceptor ship's stern. So this is on the back end. There's 2 more coil guns, and then of course we have a similar layout, lots of armor, and then the same system. So again, leave me some suggestions, and I will be happy to tweak stuff in the coming episodes. I'm recording 2 episodes in this sitting right now. I typically record, you should know this, more episodes than once. So this is kind of an atypical situation where I can say, I'm looking at yesterday's comments, now let me respond in today's episode. But since I have the ability, I wanted to do that. So also, one of the next things I want to do before I even unpause the game, I'm going to go ahead and go to Earth, and I'm going to queue up. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, I don't have minerals, that's why. I was just thinking back to the last episode about how I couldn't build a colony ship on Earth. So my brain was thinking, why is this happening? So here's our current situation. Let me get back into the episode for a second. I have a few more things that I want to respond to comment-wise, but I don't want to spend the first like 5 minutes of the episode just doing that. We are going to be cautious as hell. You're going to see me slowing the game down. I know we've been going at a really fast pace, so it might be kind of jarring, but those of you who have played Stellaris a lot, you know that it's pretty common for you to run into an alien empire sooner than we did in this series. And we were, both you guys and I were watching the first 3-4 episodes going, where are the aliens? Like, what's happening? And then out of nowhere, we've got a hegemonic neighbor that we're having to keep a very close eye on. The good news is that there is kind of a blockade here in the form of the Enigmatic Fortress, but as one of my longtime commenters pointed out, check this out. Hang on. This is going to make your stomach turn. If I go to trade deal, notice that I have the option of giving them wormhole station access, which means if I am interpreting the interface correctly, and if that commenter was correct in the interpretation of this, if this only shows up for empires that use wormhole travel, then that is a sure indicator that this empire is using wormhole travel, And they can get right the hell around the Enigmatic Fortress and go straight to Sirius or even Sol. Yay! So we need to make sure that these guys are not mean to us. One of the big advantages in that is that they appear to be possibly in conflict with these guys. They have rivaled a kingdom that we can't see yet, so hopefully their focus is on another empire at the moment, and if we just stay out of their way and expand in different directions, maybe we can grow our economy slowly and surely. We are going to have to be their bitch for a couple of episodes, and I hate that because we're the Romans, right? But the Romans started out small. The original Roman Empire started out small too, so just bear that in mind. So one of the first things I want to do, I actually do as soon as we have the minerals for it. We have very, very low mineral production, and we need to improve that. So I want to build a new construction ship, and I want to build a new science ship so we can scout faster and build our stuff faster. We have lots of new systems we're about to exploit, but I need to have frontier systems set up, or rather frontier stations set up in order to exploit all of it. So let's go ahead and go to normal speed and let things start ticking along. Also, I have access to the observatory, which I really need to add. I'm probably going to add that right now, as a matter of fact, to Earth. Oh, nice. At first glance, this moon does not seem capable of supporting living beings, but nevertheless, we have detected life signs emanating from somewhere beneath its frozen surface. Research. Who died? Ah, Veronique died. Veronique Devereaux, our society researcher who's been around since the beginning. Now, someone asked me, what's going on with Elsa Bergmeister? Does she have something psionic related? Here you go. If you wanted to see what that was, hopefully this is helpful to you. She has a plus 10% research speed because she does have psionic ability. So she as a Babylon 5 viewer might say is a latent telepath, or perhaps a blatant telepath, if you will. Yeah, and then of course she's careful. So Elsa's actually an awesome researcher. She's already 63, so she's not going to live much longer, which sucks. But actually, you know what? She's commanding the Zephyr. She's out here. I kind of want to have her research the ancient Cyberx base. I've given her all these orders, but now that I've realized she's level 5, I think she might have recently reached that. I'm going to tell her to research there. I'm going to have her come survey Baham on the way back, because we haven't done that yet. And then I want her to come research this Cyberx base, because that could really help us. In the meantime, I am going to be building that observatory. Maybe a construction class ship first, but I want to build the observatory as soon as possible. See, this is going to be the game we're playing. We're going to play on normal speed, maybe fast sometimes, but you know, I need to be cautious, because any developments that are negative in this direction, like if they suddenly settle over here or something, I'm going to have to really keep an eye on them and be cautious. All right. Yeah, let's go for a new science ship first, because I really, really want to scout as much as possible as soon as possible. And I particularly want to go out here. Oh, good. What have we got? Good. Habitability boost, plus 5%. Oh, thank God. Galactic ambitions could not have come along at a better time. I think I'm going to go ahead and go for that. The only thing... Yeah, that's a really expensive edict. The Grand Fleet Edict. And then the Fleet Academy, which can be built at stations for where you build ships. See, that's really handy, but I need better border range right now because my focus is on building up my economy and catching up with these... I was about to say something incredibly vulgar. With these bastards, let's just put it that way. You guys can fill in the blank for the word that was about to tumble out of my mouth. Let's go with... Crap. What do I want to do? I still want to get regenerative hull tissue at some point. Yeah, let's go with extra border range, because it's only going to be done. It's going to be done in 2 years, and then it'll be a lot easier for us to exploit resources around our new worlds. So, we also still need to... We still need to fill that blank. You guys have probably been screaming at me for the last 90 seconds or so. Anomaly research speed. No, I don't need that so much for... Actually, wait. Hang on. Let's see if everything matches up here. Okay, none of the other researchers have an expertise that relates to research techs, so doesn't make sense to move anyone around. Let's go ahead and research or recruit Fabiana Diaz. So she's our new society researcher, and maybe we can move her to engineering once there's a industry tech that can match up, so that we can get a little bit of a boost from her research speed toward industry there for her research bonus towards industry. And then this construction ship is doing a whole lot of nothing right now, but I don't have the minerals to have it do something, so it's going to stay put until minerals are a little bit better. Also, it appears that there is an anomaly here You are researching that, right? Okay, good. Want to make sure you take care of that before we do anything else. Okay. So yeah, we're going to stay focused on... We've got a new science ship that's about to pop out, and then we do need a new construction ship too. We also need more military ships. We need more of everything, and I just need to be very deliberate about how I do everything. It's trying to do like 5 or 6 different things at once, just to make sure we're not in a bad position against these guys. All right, so we have a new science ship. Let's recruit another... Thankfully, we have plenty of influence, so this is not hard. What do we have? We have a... This is probably the best. We have a young Tsubasa Yamamoto. That's an interesting combination of names. Or actually, is it? Is Tsubasa, is that it? I mean, Tsu is definitely a Japanese syllable, a Japanese letter, and Yamamoto is traditional Japanese name, but like, Tsubasa, I can't say that I've ever heard that, having taken Japanese and knowing a decent amount about what kind of names are in existence. So, Japanese people, tell me, let me know, I'm actually curious about that. Anyway, because that almost sounds like a more, I want to say African name, but then with the Japanese last name. It's interesting. Let's go with... Yeah, because he's carefree, anomaly research beat. Let's recruit. And we're set. I'm going to keep it on fast speed for now. Now, this new science ship needs to head out this direction. We're going to research and then survey. And then I actually want to have him come out this direction. So we're going to... I really want to find out what's in this arm of the galaxy. Let's pause, and we'll check that out in a second. Okay, that's... Okay, I'll give you one more order. That's far enough. Survey speed plus 5%. Could have come at a better time. Good. Research alternatives plus 1. Is there a better alternative to that? No, there's not. Let's go for it. So now every research project that we get after this is going to... We're going to have more options to choose from in every category. Deep scans of Core 8A have revealed a large ocean heated by hydrothermal vents beneath the ice mantle covering the surface. Science officer Elsa Bergmeister dispatched probes to the RSS water below, teeming with life. From the RSS Zephyr that drilled through several miles of thick ice and found the water below teeming with life. We will need more resources to conduct a thorough study of the many unique life forms inhabiting this ocean. Deep sea expedition. I can't recall... Is this new? This feels new. Go ahead and do that research project. And then you need to finish surveying, and then I need to... See, this is one of the things I still want them to add to science ships. I really want it... I want to be able to not have to do what I'm doing right now. And I really hope... Elsa is 64 right now. I hope that she can get to the cyberspace before she dies, because these orders are actually going to take a while. Alright, this construction ship... you can do a few things now, right? You're almost there. We need to build mining stations here. You know what else we need, though? Even before that, we need the observatory. So let's do it. That's going to help research output on Earth. And again, we need to catch up to these guys. We need to catch up in fleet strength, too. One of the reasons we need to do that is just so his evaluation of me as a target becomes less appealing. So in a way, that should be my #1 priority right now. But like I said, we're juggling like 5 or 6 different things that we should be working on right now to catch up. And the most important thing is that we just keep an eye on his opinion of us. And make sure that every now and then we are just passing some minerals his way, or it's not some minerals, but some energy credits. And right now we don't really have a surplus, so that's going to be hard to do even there. We just want to make sure we pay them some tribute for a while, be their bitch for a while, and hopefully not, die. Because this is the kind of starting position. We started next to the advanced start AI, right? And this is the kind of starting position that typically does not end well if you're not very, very careful. I have rage quit a couple of Stellaris games that I'm playing on my own because I've been in an empire building type of mood, and I've run into one of these guys and the Declare warned me and ruined my game early on. I'm like, that's not why I wanted to play right now. So I'm trying to avoid that happening in this series because that would suck. But don't worry, I don't rage quit on a YouTube series, but that's just for those of you that are newer to Stellaris. Let's see. Science officer Elsa Bergmeister has returned from the expedition that studied the rich biosphere in the seas beneath the ice mantle of Core 8A. Several large species native to the lower regions of the global sea have been found to produce a unique enzyme with immense healing properties. If this enzyme is successfully harvested in large enough quantities, it could revolutionize the field of medical science. So this gives us living metal, which is really, really cool. Elsa gets some more experience. She doesn't need any more. She's max level. We have Core 5A also is going to be a engineering research planet now, and also we get 250 society research, which is going to help us with galactic ambitions by how many months? Nice! That just cut off 11 months from that project. That was perfect timing. That is why you have them do those projects when you can. Okay, now I think we can go ahead and improve. Oh, not just yet, but soon. That is my next target. I want to go ahead and build those two, so I can have a little bit more mineral production and a little bit more energy production. And it's going to balance out in a weird way because it costs money to maintain mineral production stations. So it's like, son of a bitch. We have so much to do. Also need to focus on improving my planets. Oh, which reminds me, thank you, Nicolama, for pointing this out. Nicolama is the subscriber that pointed out, or that gave me my system for naming planets. And Sasharim is an ocean world, so Sasharim Oceanum. And then Centauri Continentum, Sirius Continentum, and then I think there's a colony ship on the way. We're gonna have to rename that ship, colony as well, once that colony is founded. All right, so this science ship is working. Also, another thing I want to say really quickly, I have received some comments about people saying, I don't know as much about Stellaris. This seems really complicated. Like, I'm not sure, how to watch this series, especially people who really have bought into why I play games and why I run the channel. Don't let that stop you from commenting and asking questions. If I can help you understand, leave a question in the comments, and either I will respond in a comment or in a video, or someone else from the Legion will take a minute to respond to you and say hello and help you understand. So I hope that you'll find a way to enjoy the series if you're not a regular player of Stellaris, or if you're trying to learn, because I'm totally willing to help fill in blanks, and I know that other people in the comment section are willing to as well. So please don't hesitate to ask questions. Please, please, please. Makes it more fun. All right, Baltris Prime. So this is Baltris. Hang on. Continental world, right? Yeah, it's continent. So this is Baltris Continentum. Something about typing Continentum makes my fingers... It's the typing equivalent of a tongue twister. Like, it just makes me pause. All right, we, as soon as possible, need to colonize Core 3. Also, Baltris has an Arctic world, so once we have habitability research that helps us, we'll be able to take that world as well. That'll be our Hoth, if you will. If you're not a Star Wars fan, you didn't get that joke. Sorry. I'm thinking about this. People have suggested that I rename Earth to Terra, and I'm actually not going to, because, again, given this particular lore, we're not playing as a Rome never fell Roman Empire. We're playing as a Rome that re-emerged. Oh, what's this? Oh, we have lots of upgrades to do. Holy crap. Do I have a Xenozu yet? I don't think so. I have lots to do on this world, though, including upgrading this mineral production. That's good to know that I have that option. So where's our unemployed path? There you are. I can build a frontier clinic, and I don't really need to improve growth time on this planet, though. So let's go ahead and build an energy grid to improve energy production from this world. That'll also produce more energy in and of its own, in and of itself. So yeah, that's one of the things that I can do with the continents, or with the colonies that I have, is just upgrade the buildings that I have. I just need the money to come in for it. As someone pointed out, my mineral production at the moment is kind of, to quote them, anemic. And I agree, it kind of sucks. It's true, this is very normal for an early game of Stellaris, and especially inconvenient when you have something like this threatening your borders. But thankfully our borders aren't touching yet. We don't actually have border friction yet, which is a negative relationship modifier. So fingers crossed that doesn't become a threat for a while. By chance, we stumbled upon a faint alien signal during the survey of this planet. The source appears to be a small object in orbit, and the signal contains no message. Could it be a distress transponder? Well, research it, find out. You have a 4 in 5 chance of succeeding. So, knock it out for me. Okay, we have a bit of a food deficit, almost a -1 food deficit. But again, notice the indicator is rounding down. So it's actually a -9, almost a -1 food deficit. But when I'm not pointing to it, it says -0 because it rounds down. So that's why it's important to know the actual decimal values of some of these things. Like this is, for instance, this is actually an almost +4 monthly gain. See? It rounds down just so that you're working from the smaller assumption, right? Helps you manage better. Well, there was some sort of unidentified object in orbit around Stiraton 4, but the RSS Remembrance accidentally collided with it when who are you? Tsubasa Yamamoto, okay. You're an idiot. You're going to have to earn our respect again after that nonsense. All right. Object was destroyed in the collision. That sucks. Let's see. Probably need to do some additional upgrades, don't I? I'm going to focus on mineral upgrades first. Anything to improve mineral production. Need to improve this as well. Good. So we have 6 of our 7 core systems now. Interesting. There's a desert world here. Forgot about that. So we actually have a lot of planets in our initial space that we will eventually be able to colonize and use. So that's good news. Assuming we don't die beforehand. So we've hit our influence cap there. Ooh. Okay. All right. That reminds me. This little indicator popping up reminded me of a comment that I've gotten a lot. And I want to talk about this because it could actually help people who are watching Utopia, considering if they want Utopia. Oh, sweet. Check that out. Borders just expanded as a result of that new research. I'll come back to that thought in just a second. Let's see. Naval capacity plus 10. That's tempting. Planetary capital is even more tempting because of the boost that we get from building those. Also, regenerative hull tissue is still tempting. Heritage site is a unity building. Let's go ahead and get that. It's not that far away. It's only 19 months, and when we build those, eventually we'll be able to get more unity and get traditions faster. So one comment that I got a lot, and I really do mean this not to argue with anyone who is critical, because if I did that, I would be talking all day. It's just not productive to argue with people who criticize you on YouTube. But this is to help people who maybe haven't played Utopia yet, and one of the bigger changes that can influence the way that you play. Earlier in the series, I lost a number of science ships, right? And people were like, well, you should just pay more attention and you won't lose them. That's not actually why I lost them. Yes, I seem to ignore some indicators up here, but that's because before Banks, before this latest patch, what would happen in Stellaris is if you sent a science ship to a territory where there was a hostile enemy, it would immediately run. And they still do that, but now they won't return to the system until the threat has been cleared. So what you have to do if you want to order them through that system, into that system, is you have to set them to passive. And then if you don't remember to set it back, you're going to lose science ships. That's why I lost them. Had nothing to do with not paying attention to indicators up here, because the indicators were very similar to the ones you would see normally, like evasive action being taken. Oh, there's an enemy there. So I'm used to when there are ships scouting around, I'm used to seeing indicators kind of briefly pop up and then go away because the science ship ran. But what was happening is I had science ships set to passive because I forgot to change it back. So just be wary of that, because that's a new habit that I and all of us as Stellaris players have to get into. Again, not trying to argue with anybody. It was a good observation, but that's what happened. So we need to improve our ships here. Let's go ahead and do this upgrade. It's going to take some minerals up, but that's fine.
Ships upgraded.
All right, so how many ships do we have? We've got 8 destroyers and 6 corvettes. Still need to do some upgrades to our planet-side buildings. You probably need to be building, or need to be mining minerals.
System survey complete.
I could do a mineral processing plant here and improve Barnard Continentum's mineral output by 10%, so we're going to do that, because this is a blank tile. Just need to wait for the 150 minerals to do it. So yeah, I don't want to speed the game up any faster than this, because you never know what kind of crappy stuff could happen. All right, so the Baham system is finally being scattered, and it looks like it's mineral rich, which is fantastic. So as soon as we can get a frontier outpost set up in this direction, we're going to be able to exploit all this. If I focus on improving mineral production, though, impressive structures litter a small area on the surface of Grokken 5, practically begging for some archaeological work. Well, don't epic fail this time, and maybe we'll be able to get something out of it. How about that? Let's build... Okay, we need a little bit more money, but we're almost there. There we go. Okay, so when that's done building, we're going to get a little bit more mineral production out of Barnard Continentum. And we may need to set those up on some other planets as well, like, for instance, Earth. Let's see. Abandoned amusement park. Nice. Society research boost and an engineering research boost. This may really help with our cruisers. Let's see. The structures on Grokken 5 are not as old as we first believed. It seems to be a playground or amusement park of some sort. Science officer Tsubasa Yamamoto notes that many of the contraptions are highly complex creations that we can learn much from, and that to the builder's alien eyes, this might have been a cutting-edge sensor array, or even a gigantic art installation. Regardless, to us humans, it looks mostly like a place where you would take your young and let them amuse themselves. So we have 93 months remaining. I want to see how much of a jump we get from 350 points here. Oh my god, 40 months, that's beautiful. That's over 3 years we just shaved off of cruiser research. Amazing. Okay, well, we're 25 minutes into this episode. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one here. And the next one, again, I'm going to jump right into another recording in just a second for the next day. So there'll be a little bit less comment response because I've responded mostly to what people have said. But do let me know what your thoughts are on the ship production and on the ship customization stuff, because I would love to get some feedback on that and have a bit of a discussion in the comments. I think that would be lively and fun and helpful, especially for people who haven't played Stellaris as much. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it, and then we'll cut this episode here. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New science fiction, survival, and or simulation content airs every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, including this series. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.